and the ladies figured it out and moved on. I love that play. Check. Welcome back to The Angry Teacher. I'm Richard Williams, the Angry Teacher, and if it's your first time here, thanks for coming by. Be a part of the family. Hit subscribe, and we'll hook you up. We'll all have conversations, and we'll all be that tight-knit, close family that we all long to be a part of. If you've been here before, thanks for coming back. You know I love y'all. Thanks for being a part of the family. Let's get into this video. As another part of my favorites, the plays. I know some of y'all have been waiting for that. One of my kids hit me up and asked me, "Pops, when you doing plays?" Because that one, you gotta watch to figure out which one it is. I love that one. He never talked about it. Today it is. My favorites. My plays. These are the first 5. Alright? Check them out. The list is not based on how much I like them. It's just a list of 5. So get out of your feelings. Some of you will think that, wait a minute, that was better than whatever. But it's just 5 of my favorites. Not in order of how much they're liked, all right, or how little I like them compared to the other ones. All right, so here we go. Number 1, Macbeth. You knew it was coming. Shakespeare's Macbeth. We do this around the 2nd grading period into the 3rd a little bit, because it's, you know, one of the longer plays I do, even though it's the shortest Macbeth. The shortest Shakespearean play. But it just takes us a little bit of time because, you know, we have things going on in the school building that doesn't have us finish it too quickly. So we take our time with Macbeth. I love the symbolism in there. There are a lot of things. I love the darkness. I love the fact that there's deception. I love the murder, the intrigue. It's like an actual movie, and I love the time period. I love, you know, knights and kings and swords. I love all that stuff. So that is already blowing my mind. What I like about Shakespeare are the subplots. Not only is there one story going on, but there's something else weaving in and throughout. So that's probably why he's as popular as he is, or was, or is, or was, or is, or is. And so that's why I love this particular play. What gets me is retribution. It shows the kids that, you know what, I could be a mess, and I could be evil, I could be deceptive, I could be all these negative things, but it's gonna catch me. It's gonna get me in the butt. And it did. Lady Macbeth, she got screwed over. Macbeth, I love that ending scene, man. The last part of that play, just before Macduff gives his soliloquy and monologue at the end. I love when heads are lopped off. I love it. Oh my God. Check out Macbeth if you haven't. If you need to revisit it, it's the coolest thing ever. There's a lot of gore and death. Die, you egg. Tell me if you found where that part is. Mother, he's killing me. No, I think it's mother, he's killed me. Or something like that. Whatever, check it out. As usual, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and ring the notification bell for the next Angry Teacher video, because you know it's going to be dope. Every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, there's a new video being dropped. Check them out. Let me know what's up. A Doll's House. Yes, the young lady was asking me about this one. She loved it, and I never really talked much about it because by then we're getting ready for the AP exam, so we kind of moving fast. But she loves that one, and so do I. Henrik Ibsen talks about this trophy wife who, in turn, becomes my hero. How does she do it? She has undermined it. She makes us think that she is such a ditz, if you will, just a trophy wife. There's nothing going on up here in reference to her intelligence, and she's just going ahead. She's just buying stuff and decorating the house, and she's just not much of a thinker. But in the past, she has orchestrated keeping secrets from her dad. She's orchestrated helping out a friend of hers with finding money. Husband knows nothing about it. And she goes through all this, and then when she's found out, she just walks out like a boss. I love Nora. What's her name? Nora Helmer. It's been a while, but I love A Doll's House. The symbolism is blowing my mind. It's easy for the kids. It's a short play. The tarantula dance, the New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, the Christmas tree, the pet names, all those symbols are so vital to what. Beautifully written, beautifully written. Check out A Doll's House by Henrik Ibsen. An underrated play that I never knew existed until maybe 5 years ago. TRIFLES. That is one of the shortest. It's like literally 9 pages of a play. Easy read, and it's not as far back as, you know, Macbeth, but it's an American. I think it's in America. Yeah, it's an American play, I believe. Elizabeth Glaspell, and it's about a murder. A wife kills her husband, and they're looking for clues in the house. So it's a time where women had no voice, and so literally the women who were in the play were asked to come and clean up the kitchen. That's how I don't know if I want to say sexist, but that's how the gender roles were in that time. And so they were there, and while they were there, they were figuring out the how the crime went down, how things were going on in the house, while the men, you know, the detectives and the lawyer and all these people, they were figuring out what was going on and being elitist and they being sexist, if you will, you know, once again showing the gender roles. And the women are saying things and they're figuring out stuff on their own. They're looking at the quilt, they're looking at the bird cage, they're looking at the escaped bird. And the men are just walking around, they're figuring out stuff, and they're doing their scientific analysis of the situation, and they're thinking that they're solving it, but the women have already solved it, and they're like, hey, they're not listening to us, so let's keep it to ourselves. Those women were champions of the time because they were doing what the men were supposed to be doing, but the men couldn't figure it out. They were still trying to, how does this happen? How did this happen? Why would this happen? And the ladies figured it out and moved on. I love that play. Check it out. It's like not one of the most popular ones. It's one of her most popular ones, but it's not a very well-known play, but it's a very good play. Now, everybody knows, or should, or heard of A Raisin in the Sun. Lorraine Hansberry's play based out of Chicago, and it's getting a little bit more modernized. It's a black family living, and I like the fact that they moved from destitution. They were poor as crap, and then they had a loss in the family, so it added to their situation. It compounded their poverty and their heart breaking situation. And then there's a little bit of hope at the end. I love the dynamic symbols. There are the setting is one, the fact that they had to share a bathroom in the space that they lived in with other people, in other tenants in the building, the mama's flower or plant rather, the check that they got from the insurance after dad died, the deadbeat son, if you will, who still loved his family and was trying everything to make things work, the ambitious sister who had conflict or issues with herself being who she was, identifying as a person in Chicago at that time, trying to do better for her family, but then some things her brother says. It's just a dynamic set of writing. I love that play. Eat Your Eggs. Let me know where that is and why it's said in the comments down below. Now, another one that everybody loves, especially I open the year with this one all the time. Kids sit and they're confused, they're nervous about senior year. Oh my God, we're gonna read this stuff and I don't know anything about British lit or some of the things that are thrown at me. And then I open, this is the longest thing that they start off with. Normally I have like some short poems or whatever, but this play opens the year. Yeah, you guessed it, Everyman. It's a morality play. We don't know who wrote it officially, but it's just there. And everybody, it's easy to understand by content. We get through it. what's gonna happen to you when you die. This play is about how God is ticked off with man and how they've treated him like crap and haven't thanked him enough. So he sends death to come and find every man, take him on this pilgrimage from where he is to death. And every man tries to go through the whole process of finding someone to go with him because he doesn't want to die alone. Now, as tragic as it sounds, it's an easy read for the kids. The kids get into it and they start thinking, should I change how I'm living in order to have a good death, if you will? I'm thinking it's kind of deep, kind of dark. But in any case, good play. That one's longer than A Doll's House, I think. It's a little bit longer. It's not that long anyway. It's just like maybe 30 pages. And the version I use is kind of, you know, the copy was poorly made, but it's a very good play. So check those out for me. Let me know how these play out. Okay? Pun intended. Let me know which ones you liked, which ones you like, which ones you're gonna check out, and we'll have a conversation. Thanks for coming to class today. Let's just go out there and be great.